Most people live their whole lives without ever realizing what actually holds them back. They think their problems come from bad luck, lack of talent, or not having the right opportunities. They look around and see people with degrees make terrible decisions, people with high IQs falling apart under pressure, and wonder, if they're so smart, then why do they keep messing everything up? Because deep down, everyone feels something is missing. Something bigger. A different way of thinking, a different way of moving through life. Today, you're about to learn the mindset that separates ordinary people from the ones who seem to glide through life with quiet confidence. Not with arrogance, not with loudness, but with a kind of calm power that makes you wonder, how do they stay so in control? And if you stay until the end, you'll hear the one perspective shift that ties everything together. Something almost no one talks about, yet once you understand it, your entire life begins to change. Let's begin. One of the biggest differences between the people who struggle and the people who rise is how they deal with conflict. Most people argue to win, to protect their ego, to prove they're right even when deep down they're not sure. But the people who truly excel in life do something completely different. They don't jump into arguments like a battlefield. They slow down. They ask questions. They listen. They observe the emotion behind the words. They try to understand, not to dominate. And when you stop trying to win, something interesting happens. Other people stop feeling attacked. They open up. They reveal more. You learn more. That's how the sharpest minds solve problems. Not by shouting the loudest, but by seeing the deepest. And then there's the issue of mistakes. Something everyone fears, yet almost nobody knows how to process correctly. Most people treat mistakes like they're heavy weights chained to their identity. One bad presentation, and they think they're incompetent. One rejection, and they call themselves unworthy. One embarrassing moment, and they avoid trying forever. But the truth is, mistakes are neutral. They're just information, data points, clues. The people who grow quickly aren't the ones who avoid messing up. They're the ones who zoom out and see the bigger pattern. They ask, what led to this? What can I adjust next time? They treat life like a system, something they can tune, tweak, learn from. To them, failure isn't a wall. It's a signal pointing to the next step. There's another thing that quietly destroys more people than they ever realize. Trying to control things they never had control over. The traffic, someone's opinion, the past, random comments, the future, other people's moods. Most of the anxiety people feel doesn't come from life itself. It comes from trying to control things that are impossible to control. But the people who maintain calm under pressure all have the same habit. Before they react, they ask themselves one important question. Is this in my control? If the answer is yes, they act with clarity and intention. If no, they detach. They release. They protect their mental space like it's their most valuable resource. And that's why they move through chaos like it's nothing. They don't fight battles that don't belong to them. Then there's silence. Something so simple, yet so uncomfortable for most people. Sit in a group long enough and you'll notice it. Silence makes people panic. They joke nervously, talk too much, overshare, fill the space with noise just to avoid the feeling of being exposed. Meanwhile, the quietly intelligent people do the opposite. They're comfortable with silence. They listen. They take in information. They pay attention to details others miss. Silence is their tool. Silence gives them time. Silence makes them appear confident even when they say nothing at all. Because silence is not empty. Silence is control. But the most powerful habit of all is this. They observe before they react. Most people respond instantly to anything that triggers them. One rude comment and they explode. One inconvenience and they break down. One unexpected problem and their whole day collapses. But the people who dominate their inner world do something brilliant. They pause, even for half a second. They breathe. They let the moment settle. And in that tiny pause, they gain clarity. They see the situation from above instead of drowning in it. They see the motives, the consequences, the hidden angles. Reacting is reflex. Observing is wisdom. And now, here's the final shift. The one almost no one understands. The one that makes all the difference once you see it clearly. The strongest people don't rely on motivation or discipline every day. They don't wake up and fight their own mind from morning to night. Instead, they control something far more powerful than willpower: their environment. Most people try to succeed in a space built for failure. Their room is full of distractions. Their phone is always within reach. Their circle drains their energy. Their habits sabotage their future. And then they blame themselves when nothing changes. But the people who win, consistently, quietly, predictably, build environments that support who they want to become. They make success easier for themselves, not harder. They design their surroundings like architects. They remove temptations instead of wrestling them every day. They limit noise. They choose who they let into their space. They choose what they consume. They choose what they tolerate. They don't wait for their life to feel right. They shape it until it is. That is the final level of intelligence. The ability to design a life that naturally guides you toward who you want to be, without needing constant force and struggle. Most people will never do this. They'll keep reacting, overthinking, arguing, panicking, and repeating the same patterns for years. But you listen to this until the end. And that says something important about you. It means you're ready for more. It means you're willing to think differently. It means you're not here to live on autopilot. If this message resonated with you, comment "Silent Power" so I know you're part of the rare ones. And subscribe, because this isn't the end. This is the beginning. Let the world chase noise. You're here to build quiet strength.